Yo, 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 YouTube. The National is just 3 weeks a day.
What did he say?
Yo, 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 YouTube. The National is only 3 weeks away. So I want to share a video of what I'm doing today to prepare for that show. So the big show is just 3 weeks away. So these are the things that I'm doing now to make sure that I can have a fantastic, successful convention. So the top priority on my list is to raise capital. So I'm a buyer when I go to conventions. I don't really bring cards with me. The types of cards I sell are not big trade bait or anything that makes fancy videos or anything like that. So I don't really bother much at shows with that. I'm better on the online platform for my sales. So what I'm trying to do is sell as much stuff as I can now that I don't want to hold on to, so that I have lots of cash when I get to this show and can be in the best position I can be in to buy more cards for my PC and my inventory.
Capital idea.
So the best way for me to do this is to increase my listings. My eBay store allows me to have 50,000 plus 10,000 fixed listings on it at a time in the sports card category. I currently have about 4,600 listings, so needless to say, I have lots of room to grow there. So I am listing as many things as I can that are just not things that I want to hang on to, and mainly things that I bought for the purposes of reselling. So I'm selling a ton of the vintage cards. If you've seen the video where I got the metal box with all the vintage cards in it, I don't really have any vintage cards listed, so I want to get all those listings on there, attract some new buyers, and get some of that stuff moved. I have no interest in keeping most of those cards. There are a few early Packer cards I was going to keep, Bart Starr, things like that, a couple of key rookies, but definitely all the commons, everything else, I'm going to let them go. There's a set collector out there, or a team collector out there that's definitely looking for many of those, and I'm happy to be able to put them out there and let them get a hold of them.
Vintage? Be specific.
But really the main overall key point to this part of my process is to just get as many listings on there, get as many things available to online buyers as I can. The other thing I'm going to do is make sure I get in lots of supplies. Okay, so definitely tons of sleeves, top loaders. You can never have too many of those items. Some thicker holders, for jersey cards, things like that. I want to have a lot of supplies that I bring with me to the show. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, can't you just buy that stuff at the show? Well, A, I don't really want to. If I have the supplies, I'd rather bring them with me and have them right on hand. B, I don't want to have to spend any time at the show running around buying supplies. I want to use that time to hit dollar boxes and score my deals and do things like that. Enjoy the events, not have to try to buy top loaders. And C, the pricing is not good at the National for items like that. The sellers of those items realize that you need them that weekend, and those that don't bring them with them are essentially forced to buy some of those supplies. So they're not going to give you any kind of good price on any of those types of items.
But first, you'll need some supplies.
One of my favorite supply items that I actually got when I purchased a lot that came shipped this way is this little 3-compartment card sorter. And I like this for a couple of reasons. It's a good size, it's easy to open, it's nice solid plastic, got these dividers in here, so it allows me to sort somewhat when I'm getting cards. It's got this nice hang here. So I really like this. I'm going to bring this with, and then when I hit those dollar boxes and stuff, most of those cards don't come top loaded or sleeved even. I've got something nice and safe to put those cards in right away. Of course, you can use the old traditional, just the 2-piece slide boxes or the little snap boxes. You know, the ones that have the little hinge and closure on the other side. But I really like this one a lot. So I think these were sold as like gaming card holders or something like that. But and for me with supplies, I try not to buy any. I do free shipping on all my items, so I keep everything that comes into me when I buy cards. So I will reuse top loaders that have writing on them and tape on them. I really don't care. For me, the supplies at the show are simply vehicles so I can get cards home safely. Now, as I said earlier, I don't generally bring cards with me to trade or sell at a show. However, I know many of you do. So I think now would be the right time to start making that plan. What do I want to trade? What do I want to sell? What do I want to get for it? And I think the best process for that is to look at what cards are hot right now. What is the thing everybody's trying to buy? And if those are things that you have to sell, that's exactly what you want to bring, because the dealers are going to be open to giving you good value for those. You're going to get people interested in the cards, and it's really your leverage to be able to move up to something else that you really want. The next item, and this is kind of a big one, is to just make sure you have all your ducks in a row at this point. Make sure your hotel confirmation is good and you have all your nights ready to go. Make sure you have your funds that you need to pay for the trip and be able to, you know, get enough for your budget to be able to buy your cards and do things at the show. Make sure you've got your ticket. Pretty much all of the well, I think all of the tickets above general admission now are sold out. So if you don't have tickets at all, general admission's your only option. And I know you can get them at the door. It's a couple bucks more to get them at the door, but I would strongly suggest you buy them now if you're planning to go, because I think general admission is probably going to sell out too. It doesn't sound like they're going to limit the crowd based on Illinois' COVID protocol. They've met the requirements to be able to have an open convention and not have to limit the crowd. But that could potentially change at any time too. So I would think that if you're committed and it's only 3 weeks away, that's something that you definitely want to take care of as soon as possible if you don't already have your tickets.
Did you get your tickets?
The next item on my list, and this kind of goes back to supplies a little bit, but for me it's mainly just your transportation stuff covered. And what I mean by that is not your car or your airplane, although those are important as well to get you there. But more so, what is your vehicle for transporting cards? So I generally just use a backpack. So mine's secure. It's got RFID protection. I think I said that right. It's got the hole to bring headphones up if I want to do that. I can easily store all my filming equipment in there and so forth. So that's what I use. If you are bringing high-end cards, I strongly suggest you get like a graded card locked suitcase. You see these a lot in videos with the higher end traders like Sasha and stuff. That's where you want to keep your cards. It keeps them protected. It's lockable. It's someone's not going to grab and run with it. And then just make sure you keep it as close to your person as possible at all times. One of the other things I do when I go to big conventions is I make sure I never keep any wallet or money in my back pocket. I put everything in a front pocket or a cargo pocket, something that snaps or locks or zips is completely ideal. Not quite as convenient if you're constantly getting money out and stuff, but last thing you want to do is be stolen from. So those would probably be my big items. Would be the vehicle to carry your cards in, backpack, lockbox for graded cards, even good sturdy long boxes to put cards in, or something to that effect. I stay away from the roller bags and that kind of thing. I mean, obviously if you have a ton of quantity you're buying or you're bringing to sell, you're going to need something big to take it, but there just isn't good space for you to roll around a bag, and you have to kind of set it down to do a transaction or to sit in front of boxes to dig, and then you could leave it behind or someone could grab it on you. I like the backpack. It's always on my back. It doesn't get in my way, and I only have to take it down and access it when I need to. I do have a padlock too. That I'll bring with me, a small padlock. So my backpack has the double zippers, so I'll double zip up and then padlock it if I have some items in there of greater value. Finally, I think the underestimated one, and I did talk about this in my national do's and don'ts video, but I think many people go in without a plan, and this convention is just way too large to do that, in my opinion. If you have specific things you want to do and get accomplished during the days that you're there, I strongly suggest you now look at that floor plan and try to map something out. Well, I want to start in this row because this is, you know, primarily where I want to look is these dealers, or, oh, hey, I need to get over to grading right away. I want to make sure I get over to this spot here so I can get a good line right away in grading. Whatever your motivation is for being at this show, you need to start making that plan now. Obviously, some of the dealer lists can change a little bit and some of the table layout and stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty set. And when you get there, you should, you know, be able to know right where you're going. The other thing that it helps is so that you can see where the different main areas are, the different entrances and exits, you know, where they are in relation to your hotel if you're at a connected hotel, you know, where the parking structure is and where that is in relation to where the show is, so forth. This is a very big show, and you cannot prepare too much. It's just going to make some things a lot easier when you get there. Don't be strict on that plan, you know, have some plan B and be a little bit flexible because not everything goes exactly as planned. But to not have a plan at all, I think is something that's going to waste you a lot of time and potentially cause some frustration.
Let's make a plan.
Okay.
So that's it. That's my top things to do now, 3 weeks out from the National, to get yourself ready and have everything you need to have a great experience. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, we will keep bringing you new videos. We just hit 400 subscribers. Actually, as of yesterday, today we're at 404, so the channel continues to grow. And I love providing the content. I get some positive feedback, and I've learned a lot, and I enjoy you joining me and us growing together. So until next time, we'll see you again soon.